Welcome back. This is still Good Morning Abuja, NT Channel 5, the Unity Station. That feature was on International Day of Seafarers, okay, every 25th. So today is International Day of Seafarers, and it's a day that is set aside to celebrate seafarers all over the world and their contributions. So I'll say to you, Happy International Day of Seafarers. Right now, we want to talk about bullying and peer pressure, and we have a teen counselor and educationist in their house. Okay, she's going to be talking to us about bullying and peer pressure. Please join us as we welcome Hansua Abubakar.
Thank you very much, Ma.
Thank you so
You're
much
welcome.
for joining us.
You're welcome,
Thank
Hansao.
you. Good
And
morning.
so, okay, I hope I didn't murder the name. All right, we're talking about bullying and peer pressure. I know it's not something to laugh about, bullying and peer pressure, especially in our institutions. So for
Exactly.
you, the first thing I will ask is, what do you think? Why would a child want to bully another child? Let's put it that way.
Um, First of all, let's try to understand the concept first
Okay.
before we now drive into reasons why a child will
Okay.
want to bully.
Okay.
Bullying, when you look at it, is an intentional act
Okay.
towards hurting someone or to discriminate someone.
Mm.
I want you to mark that intentional act. It's not
Okay.
something that is done by mistake. With the
Okay.
intention, sometimes it might be aggressive, sometimes it might be used of words, maybe using bad comments, teasing, hitting, and all that.
Humiliating someone.
Humiliating someone on
Wow.
purpose.
Mm.
That is what bullying is. And looking at peer pressure, it has to be influence on someone's behavior. Particularly,
Negative influence.
it can be positive and negative. That is
Okay.
where it is. Bullying, it's in its own totality is harmful
Oh.
to any person that is being done. It's harmful. It's harmful, but for peer pressure, it can be a positive influence and it can be a negative one. It can be a positive in the sense that people and students are working towards achieving a particular academic achievement or a milestone in the class,
Okay.
a healthy competition among them. It can be a negative influence when peers try to influence a child intimidate a child into behaving inappropriately. So
Wow.
you can see where it's a negative influence. So, and bullying and peer pressure are more impactful during the adolescent stage. So
Okay.
now, looking at it, you said, why would a child
want
to bully one another? There are a lot of reasons. First of all, maybe the child might have been a victim of bully before.
Bullying himself.
So he will feel, since that bully was able to get away with what he did, he too, maybe it's a way, let him try it and see, maybe he too, he can feel powerful and he will begin to bully. Reason for bullying is insecurities from the child. When the child is insecure, which can be due to a lot of factors, a lot of numerous factors that might make the child to be insecure, like low self-esteem. When a child is having low self-esteem, he will feel by venting or getting towards through others to hurt them will make him feel better. Will make him feel confident of himself
and maybe gain respect.
Exactly. Another reason why a child will bully is fear of rejection by the peer. That is where the peer pressure comes in.
Okay.
He want to be feel among.
Meanwhile, they don't
Meanwhile, maybe the group he or she want to join has to a group of bullies. So you have to show that he too he is strong. He too he is also powerful. So he want to bully so that they will hail him and say, "Wow, you are part of us," and he will now belong. That is why I said it's impactful during the adolescent stage, because that is where the teenagers or the adolescent are trying to identify themselves. Self-identification begin at that stage in their life, and they feel the response and the comments and the approval they get from their own peer group will determine who they will be. So that is why it's very, very impactful at that stage. Another cause of that bullying, why a child will want to bully, is if the child feels neglected by the parent. He feels neglected, maybe as a result of on on, how will I put it, in parents that doesn't really care about the
About their
child.
children.
If the child feel lonely, you understand, maybe a child is a victim of a trauma. It could be a sexual trauma, an abuse, you understand, that might want the child to bully. Or the child is looking for control. He feel nobody listen to him, he lacks control, and he's in an environment where he feel I have to take control. It might trigger that child to bully. So these are some of the reasons why children bully. Actually,
Sorry, you know what you're saying? Sorry, please. Just reminded me of, I watched a video of a woman who goes on the street to pick street boys. And there's this particular boy. That boy should be about close to, let me say, 11, 12, 13 years. And they asked the boy, say, how long have you been on the street? The boy said, since when he was 5 years.
So you can see.
So they said, what happened? He was chased out. The parents, there was this divorce, So the stepmom and everything. So the woman was shocked to hear that at 5 years you've been on the street. You've been sleeping under the bridge, and now you are 12 or I think 12 or 13 or thereabouts. And if you see the boy, you will know that because they did something wrong. I don't know whether they beat up somebody and
Exactly.
So as you were talking, I was just imagining, that I have to belong. Maybe as he came out from that home at 5 years, could be a quiet, good boy, but because he wants to belong.
He wants to belong and he wants to survive.
Wow.
Because he might fall in the hands of different criminals.
Yes.
Maybe these tough guys on the street, some will even call him, bully him, some will hit him. He will have to stand up and become a bully, to toughen up and bully other children in order to survive. So these are a lot of reasons. So you can see the bully himself is someone that has a problem.
Yeah.
That we really need to see. It's not, sometimes when bullying happens, we keep condemning the child. We know it's not a good act, actually. Yes. But deep down, when you look at that child, you know that there is a root cause to that aggressive behavior that he or she is portraying.
Wow. Okay, let's examine this because it's like it's getting out of hand, the case of bullying particularly. In Nigeria, Abuja here particularly, in the last 3 to 4 years, there's been one case of one death in the school or the other, and it's linked to bullying. Why are we having the rising cases of bullying, especially in schools? Why is this prevalence?
Sometimes, like I said, these bullies, they have a way of spotting their target. What we need to do is, in schools, we really need to buckle up and be on top of this game and the situation. By what? Through constant supervision of the activities of these children. We shouldn't leave them out. You understand? Sometimes you notice that a child will be bullied in some schools. I'm not saying in all schools. Sometimes the teachers too contribute to the bullying situation because they will play favoritism in children. So if a child is too reserved, maybe he's having one issue or the other and the teacher is not really seeing, he might be bullied, trying to say, Ma, this child, come on, keep quiet, you are disturbing me. And the teacher will not giving listening ear to the child. This child will feel withdrawn and the bullying will continue. Before you know it, it has gotten to another stage, especially in our public schools. I'm not saying, because a lot of private schools are trying. You look at, sometimes they have the CCTVs around and all that. And even with the CCTVs, sometimes there are schools that there are corners that they don't have CCTVs, and this bullying take place under the roof of the school. So in private schools, in cases of school, I think what we really need to do is, we as teachers, we have to take that responsibility. We should know that these children are our responsibility to take care of them. We have to monitor their activity. We have to, because as a teacher, we are naturally observable people. We should be able to observe. When you look at a child, you should be able to read and know what is going on with that child, even before that child begins to speak. So the reason why a lot of bullying keep coming up, it's not only about the school. Children come from different homes, and the way bullying is being handled right from home matters in how the child is coming to portray it in the school. So it's the work of all parents and the teachers, and I think we need to do more about that.
Okay.
We need to create awareness for children, even at home. A child might begin to bully his other
And
sibling,
he thinks it's just
and he think
normal.
it's just
Yes.
normal. And you, as the mother,
You
will
know, I wanted
feel
to ask that question.
You know,
That when
there's
you
there's a home I went to,
mm,
and what I discovered there is the son, the first son, is fond of doing, I'm the man, I'm any little thing, I'm the man. Then the father,
mm,
the husband, the head of the family, it's the way he behaves too. I am the man. Like,
mm.
I am
so
the
that is
man.
he is
I am the
modeling
man.
the
He's
behavior of
modeling
the
So
the
father.
behavior of the
naturally, the
father.
boy is modeling the father, and then he
Mm,
has started exhibiting
beating it.
certain traits
Mm.
that is harmful to his younger ones who are females.
Mm,
Like, he wants to control them, he wants to tell them what to do, he wants to be the one that eats the largest part of the food and things like that. Sleeping in a particular bed or on at a particular corner or getting things done first.
can you
I
imagine?
am the
I'm
man.
the man. As
So
if somebody is
yeah,
contending.
so when we went to this home, and I noticed this, I shared it with the person that I followed to the house, and he said, "That man, I've told him all those things. Gra gra, I'm the one. I'm the one. I'm the one.
It's exactly
See,
what
see
his
it
son
here.
says.
Exactly.
Yes.
So you can
Like,
see bullying happen
mm,
everywhere. It's
okay.
Yes.
not necessarily in the school
School.
Oh
setting.
Yes.
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 It stems from the home
Honestly.
environment. It's just that, sometimes we parents fail to do our own
Oh
homework
yes.
and focus on the school, that the school is going to do the best.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the school might be trying, but what we need to do to curb and reduce all these incidents of bullying is to encourage children
Mm.
to speak up for themselves.
Alright.
The child should be able to stand up for himself.
Wow.
And we teachers and parents should be very approachable.
Yes.
We should be approachable, and we should have empathetic listening ears to these children.
Mm.
Because if we are not empathetic, we refuse to listen to them.
Yes.
Definitely, they will end up having one or two issues. We should show them when they see any red flag, they should come and report home. And even the teachers shouldn't play this issue of favoritism that a child will bully someone just because he is a child of someone. You don't want to address that issue the way it's supposed to be done and all that. So I think that is what we need to do more.
Wow.
And for parents in our own part too, we need to create a safe home environment for children to feel free to relate and to come and communicate to us. If a child comes home, you ask him how his day has gone in school. What is he going through? He will be able to say this is yes. And for us too, we have to be observant as parents. For you to be able to know that a child is being bullied, sometimes a child might come home with broken items, maybe a lost pair of shoe, unexplained injury.
Yes.
You understand? And the child will keep quiet without saying. You as the parent should be able to access and know the condition of your child. Suddenly a child might decide to feel he doesn't want school, or he don't want a particular classmate, or he's no more a friend to so person. So all these things are triggers that we parents have to be very, very vigilant to know that there is something that is going on with our with our children.
Wow,
so when
thank
we
you
want to
so
talk
much.
about bullying, peer pressure, and everything, and you can see a lot of the bullying incident we have is influenced by the peer pressure.
That's true.
Issues of bullying between a child and a child might not be too risk. It might not be too dangerous for just two of them, but when you notice there are other influencers, the bystanders around, they are the ones that influence it. So that, and a lot of time you see that the bystanders are being supported.
That's true.
They are the ones supporting the bully, and you see. So a lot of things. We have a lot to say about
Thank
this
you
topic.
so much.
Exactly.
Just
There's
that
so
the time.
much. There's so,
So
much
much,
to talk about.
honestly,
We've not
honestly.
even scratched the surface of this conversation as
honestly.
far
Exactly.
as talking about bullying and peer pressure is concerned. But it's always a pleasure when we speak with you, Hansel, because there is how you bring out some of these things that are obvious, but yet we kind of do not see them. The cases of bullying, especially in the present times, is on the increase. It's something that calls for extra vigilance for all of us who are caregivers, whether as a parent, as a teacher, as a leader of the society, a pastor, imam, or whatever you are. You must just look out for the weak and vulnerable. And this is something we can do collectively. It is a pleasure having you
Thank you
on
so
the show
much.
this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Yes, the discussion is on bullying. As you know, you watching us have a role to play. you need to put it into the head of your child that yes, in as much as he is going out there, you are available to hear him, to understand him or her, to understand what is going on, so that you can get to know if there are each cases of bullying or peer pressure happening anywhere. The program is still Good Morning Abuja. Let's take this short break. When we return, we'll bring you the rest of the show.